recent showdown in Washington over spending limits, the power of the Tea Party movement is undeniable. Grassroots activism played a key role in building the leverage in Congress for larger budget cuts and against new taxes. But there's also a grassroots campaign with a different agenda, and much of it's aimed at the state's Republican U.S. Senator Scott Brown. And one encounter is planned for tomorrow on the Boston waterfront. Our guests from a coalition of local organizations known as MassUniting would like to...
Hey, Scott! Scott! Here's a dollar bill. Why don't you come out and talk to the regular people?
Continue to monitor also breaking news in Boston. Protesters marched through downtown a short time ago and converged around the Bank of America headquarters on Federal Street, and they were blocking entrances. Now, a reporter on the scene tells us it looks like a couple of thousand protesters were there. And we're just hearing that there are 20 arrests down there, and we will monitor this. We will get you more information once it becomes available.
Now, this story today is about a group of people using picking up as well as picketing to try to get banks to be better landlords.
Bank of America, bad for America.
It's a new front in foreclosure protests. From this empty foreclosed home Bank of America owns in Malden, Massachusetts, protesters collected bagloads of trash, then tried to make a deposit at the local branch. A stunt, but meant to show what damage derelict bank-owned homes are doing to thousands of neighborhoods.
Such structurally deficient bridge is the Charlestown Bridge in Boston, where protesters tried and failed last month to march. They did march to the bridge, but they failed to march on it.
And you're looking live again from Sky 5 at the Charlestown Bridge. There is a bit of a standoff with police not allowing anybody on the bridge. And part of the reason why they wanted to go to that bridge is that many of the union protesters who are joining them at this hour believe if we repaired bridges like that one, there would be more jobs.
The Boston Globe reported that week that the protesters had wanted to hang a sign on the Charlestown Bridge that said, "Fix this bridge, create jobs now." If you actually look here at that local footage, you can actually see the big "Fix This Bridge" banner that they wanted to, there it is, that they wanted to hang up there. But like I said, the protesters and their banner failed to march on to the bridge because, according to the Boston Herald at the time, police told protesters that the aging structure, the bridge, would buckle if they all walked onto it. Point made, right? Marching onto the decrepit bridge to point out how decrepit it is too dangerous because the bridge is so decrepit it might not support the protesters' weight.
Scott Brown promised to be an independent voice for Massachusetts, but instead we got Bobblehead Brown, saying yes to Wall Street and the National Republican agenda. Find out more at bobbleheadbrown.com.
Romney's past dealings right here in Massachusetts formed the focal point of a community protest and a mock funeral, if you will, today. Community leaders, religious officials, Occupy protesters, and dozens of unemployed residents all coming together in the shadow of the Boston headquarters of Bain Capital this afternoon. Protesters stood aside mock graves bearing the names of some of the companies that were taken over and effectively dismantled by the private equity firm, a firm that was co-founded by former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney in the mid-'80s.
tonight now for the interview is Jay Chambers, who is a third-generation iron worker from the Boston area. He's a proud member of Iron Workers Union Local 7. He spent much of the day today camped out in Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown's office, hoping to get a chance to talk to his senator. Jay, thank you for being here. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Did you get to talk to Senator Brown?
Of course not. Of course not. There are politicians out there that do get it, that that understand where we're coming from and agree with our message. Not always our methods, but with our message. And so there's been some positive outpouring from some politicians, but others try to disparage us and discredit us as best they can.
What would you have asked Senator Brown today if you had been able to get face to face?
The first question would have been, where's the jobs? He campaigned on his independent platform about job creation, with the barn jacket and the pickup truck and the prop comic, and he came into Washington, and everything he's voted has been anti-worker, anti-jobs. So where are the jobs that he promised? And I didn't vote for him personally, but he does represent me in the Senate, and I just had one question to ask him. Maybe it would have taken 30 seconds, and he just couldn't provide that time today.
I'll just say this. Senator Brown, if you are watching, I know you occasionally do, if you just missed the chance to talk to your constituents today, including Jay Chambers, who's a member of the Iron Workers Union, Local 7 in Boston, if you just missed that chance and you do want to get in touch with those folks, if you contact us, we will hook you up. I think the conversation could be fruitful. Jay Chambers, thanks for speaking out. Thanks for joining us. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right.